Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry for the low light. I'm at work right now. Figured I'd make a video since I hadn't in a while. I want to talk about how departments run their departments. I was recently at a fire department. I'm not going to mention the name, but they made everybody else walk the chalk line except for themselves. They didn't set an example. And how can you lead somebody when you're not setting an example to show them the right way? Is what I'd like to know. There were some individuals there that did not like me because I done what was right and by the book and by state law. Don't get me wrong, rules are meant to be broken. Everybody makes mistakes. But when you continuously don't follow the department guidelines and freelance on your own, somebody's going to get hurt. Now, these individuals voted against me on a 90-day probation. Majority vote ruled. I was accepted. When my probation period was up, these individuals had talked to the other majority vote and convinced them that I was not the person that I am. So on the second 90-day probation I was placed on, I didn't make it to the end of the term. I resigned at my discretion. I'd also gotten a text message from the chief that I had been voted off without a meeting, without vote. And that does not go by the bylaws. I was also called a t-shirt firefighter. I've been in this game for almost 7 years now. I started when I was 15 years old. I'm not in it for the shiny badges, radios, pagers, fancy gear, and fancy trucks. I'm in it to give back to my community. That's what's in my heart, and that's what I'm going to do. These individuals, well, I should say some, not all, of this department are in it for the title. Excuse me. And they need to get out. That goes for anywhere. If you just want to be a t-shirt firefighter, you don't belong there. We're out here every day risking our lives because we have that in our hearts to do so. We run in burning buildings knowing that we may not come back out alive at our own risk, but it's in our heart. We run car wrecks knowing we may not come back off that car wreck. Something can go wrong. But yet we have it in our hearts to do that. To give back to the community. And a lot of people has forgotten that. And a lot of people has also forgotten that when you're out here working these scenes, the public has their eye on you. They see you as an example. The public also has their eye on you, even when you're out grocery shopping. Most recognize you from incidents where they have called or they've been around, or you're just wearing a t-shirt. The public has their eye on you at all times and will find fault in any little thing you do wrong. Having that said, this department that I was at, runs a great deal of calls. I have a job. My job comes first. Fire comes second. If I don't have a job, how am I going to put gas in my vehicle to get there to save somebody? Can't run on air. But the individuals in this department didn't think that way. This is a volunteer department, not paid, even though they act like a paid fire department. They expect you to drop whatever you're doing, no matter where you at, and go to these calls. You can't do that. They live and breathe fire. I mean, I understand they have a passion for that in their heart. I do too. But your livelihood comes first. So, I'm moving on to a new department. I'll be voted on tomorrow. This department is a smaller department. They don't run nearly half the calls that this department does. They're very limited on their membership on who can respond, because most have jobs. They're very limited on drivers. And I know my work will be appreciated there. I've worked with these guys from another department almost my whole 7-year career. Great guys and girls, I should say. They're always willing to help in any way they can. Not once have we ever had a problem with them. Of course, we, fuss and argue, and it's just one big family. But I can really tell a difference from the department that I was currently with to the department I'm going now that I used to work with. There are 9 volunteer fire departments in my county. 2 paid fire departments. And the 2 paid fire departments also do volunteer work. We have a lot of square mileage to cover in this county. No, we don't get calls every day. Sometimes we can go a week without the pager even going off. And now we're having the issue with law enforcement not responding to car wrecks and even fatal car wrecks due to a lack of manpower, which puts a hurting on us, because law enforcement sometimes can make it there before we can, and they can assess damages and patient information and all that. But back to what I was saying with the department I was currently with. These guys live and breathe fire. They have 7 rigs they run. I understand it takes manpower to run calls. I'm not saying that it's wrong to run the calls. But you can't just drop everything of what you're doing, even if you're at work, and run these calls. The department I was with had strict standards of how they wanted things done and how things are ran, which is a good thing and a bad thing both, from my point of view. And it's just not, responding to the station, jumping in a truck or going. They tell you which truck to take and who you can take with you, even if they are certified. And sometimes the person you leave behind could be more of an asset than the person who can't do much that's riding with you. And don't get me wrong, everybody has a role in the fire department. Even down to the person bringing bottled water or bringing snacks to those that just been in a fire for rehab. But what I'm trying to get through is a lot of people have forgotten that this is a volunteer service. And a lot of people have let that slip out of their heart and go to their mind. I don't want a paycheck for this job that I have as a fireman. Helping people is payment enough. I'm a first-generation firefighter in my family. My family was against me when I started on the fire department. Said it's too dangerous. I told them, I have it in my heart to help people, and that's what I'm going to do. That's my calling. And I'm going to do so until I'm physically unable. It's about all I have. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to you, or I can do a question and answer video. But thank y'all for listening.